is credible until it is applied to a practice. We have been talking on so many approaches, qualities approach, the functional approach, and works. Moreover, it has to work in many different conditions and over a sustained period of time. My friend, therefore, of my military experience as a soldier, today I am going to share my views or the understanding on applying the group or functional approach to training. Whenever an officer cadet in any of the military academy goes out anywhere in the world, goes out for field exercises, which are the mandatory part of any training, there is always a debriefing afterwards, which covers both the tactical and the leadership performance of the individual as well as the group. It is that cadet. It is there that officer cadet, that gentleman cadet grows as effective leader and a team member. My friend, this is the essence of the functional approach of leadership and training for leadership. In the academy where I was there was a beautiful line which is imprinted in my mind, and that is it was written that the seed of the future lies in the present. The group or the functional approach was an immense step forward in the training centers. It became the centerpiece of the whole training of the military leaders of all over. Almost every academy's mottos remains the same. Serve to lead now become absolutely intelligible. You must serve to lead. It didn't mean that a young officer had to learn to obey orders himself before he could issue them to others with authority. The philosophers from, I would say, Aristotle to Hegel had argued that such an experience for any leader is highly desirable. Being on the receiving end teaches you a lot of lessons, my friend. No, this serve meant to meet those three interlocking areas of need which I have just talked in my last video of the individual task and training in a functional approach. Those areas of need, and to do so primarily by example, by leading from the front, by setting a personal example. The young officer has to acquire the knowledge and the qualities so that although appointed, he would be accepted as the natural leader by his soldiers. You can be appointed, my friend, a commander, or in a corporate world a manager, but you are not a leader until your appointment is ratified in the hearts and the minds of those who work under you. In order to equip a young officer for his role of military leader must much more than the specific training for leadership, and such as I have been describing and talking earlier is required in the training for leadership. I talked about all those in my previous videos. The ethos and tradition, the example of the staff, both officers and the NCOs, the impact of military history, etc., and many other things. My friend, it's a solemn but exciting moment when the newly commissioned officer at the passing out parade on the threshold of his or her career as a leader. The day on which you receive or one receives his or her commission is one of the most important day in anyone's life, because your duties and responsibilities as a leader of men and among the most onerous your country can confer upon you. You have learned here that the officer must be above all else a leader, a person whom men will follow into danger, discomfort, and even ordeal with nature, climate, or human enemy can even contrive. Remember always that the best and the purest form of leadership example that comes on is a much better command that go on. You come of a race is renowned for courage. I know that as officer you will never fail to be the first in danger. But leadership in the stress and excitement of battle will not be your only responsibility. Your patience, your inspiration, and attention to detail will also be required in the often equally testing routine duties and in what may seem uneventful and even unimportant periods of service. This time, my friends, calls for leadership of a special kind. If you are to keep the morale and efficiency of your men at the pitch required. My friend, soldiers have always been ambassadors and representatives of their country. And leadership demands a dedicated responsibility towards the men under your command. Their lives will be in your hands, and they will have the right to expect them from you the highest standards of character, professional competency, and integrity. If you will always put their interest and welfare before your own, you will not fail them, and together you will be able to undertake any enterprise. My friend, applying the group or a functional approach to training, you will often inspect your men, and I suspect when you are doing so, they'll be just as keenly inspecting you. And that's how you become a leader. Once they approve of you, ratify your entire functional approach leadership training. Thank you very much.